Imagine walking into a room and without saying a word, all eyes are drawn to you. It's not about the way you look, but the aura you carry, the silent, powerful energy that commands respect, admiration, and even awe. What if I told you that this magnetism isn't something you're born with, but something you can cultivate? And what if I told you that the ancient philosophy of Stoicism holds the secrets to becoming this highly magnetic individual? If you're ready to dive deep into the timeless wisdom that has shaped some of history's most influential figures, then keep watching. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more life-changing content like this. Now, let's explore how Stoicism can transform you into a person others can't help but be drawn to. Unwavering self-control. We begin with one of the most foundational traits of a magnetic personality, unwavering self-control. In a world where most people are slaves to their impulses, reacting to every slight and giving in to every temptation, the person who can remain calm and composed stands out like a lighthouse in a storm. This isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending not to care. It's about mastering them. Picture yourself as a ship's captain in the middle of a raging sea. The waves are crashing, the wind is howling, but you are steady, holding the helm with a firm grip, guiding the ship with confidence and precision. This is the power of self-control, a trait that not only keeps you on course, but draws others to you, seeking the stability they lack in themselves. Self-control, according to the Stoics, is the foundation upon which all other virtues are built. The philosopher Epictetus taught that we must focus on what we can control, our own actions and responses, while letting go of what we cannot. In his words, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This simple yet profound truth is the key to self-mastery. When we stop trying to control the uncontrollable and instead focus on mastering our own thoughts and behaviors, we free ourselves from the chains of external circumstances, and in doing so, we become a beacon of strength and serenity in a chaotic world. But self-control is not just about holding back in moments of anger or frustration. It's also about the discipline to consistently pursue our goals and values, even when the path is difficult. It's about resisting the pull of immediate gratification in favor of long-term fulfillment. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, who wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Marcus ruled an empire, but his greatest victory was over his own mind. His writings in Meditations reveal a man constantly striving for self-improvement, resisting the temptations of power, and focusing on what truly mattered: his duty, his principles, and his inner peace. When we cultivate self-control, we develop an inner fortress that cannot be breached by the storms of life. This fortress is what others see when they look at us. They see someone who is not easily shaken, someone who does not react impulsively, but instead responds with thoughtful consideration. This is incredibly magnetic because deep down, we all crave stability in our lives. We are drawn to those who can provide it, not because they impose it on us, but because they embody it. By mastering self-control, we become the calm in the storm, the person others turn to when their own lives are in turmoil. This is the first key to becoming truly magnetic, being the master of yourself in a world where most are mastered by their circumstances. Resilient fortitude. Moving from self-control, we arrive at another cornerstone of Stoic magnetism: resilient fortitude. Fortitude is more than just courage. It's the strength to endure, to persevere, and to keep moving forward, no matter what life throws at you. In the Stoic tradition, this trait is not just admired, it's essential. For the Stoic, life is a series of challenges meant to test and refine us. The person who can face these challenges with grace and resilience is someone who naturally draws others towards them. This is not just about surviving hardships, but thriving because of them. It's about turning obstacles into opportunities, pain into growth, and adversity into advantage. The Stoics believed that every challenge we face is an opportunity to practice our virtues. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is the essence of resilient fortitude, seeing every difficulty not as a setback, but as a stepping stone. When we embrace this mindset, we stop fearing challenges and start welcoming them as chances to prove our strength and grow. This kind of resilience is magnetic because it is so rare. In a world where many crumble at the first sign of adversity, the person who remains standing, who even thrives in the face of difficulty, is someone others look up to and admire. But resilient fortitude is not just about enduring external challenges, it's also about facing and overcoming our own internal struggles. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of inner resilience, writing, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This internal resilience is what allows us to face our fears, confront our doubts, and push through our limitations. It's the quiet strength that comes from knowing that no matter what happens, we have the power to endure and overcome. This inner strength is what others sense when they are around us. They see someone who is not easily discouraged, someone who does not give up easily but fights on, no matter how tough the battle. This is incredibly attractive because it speaks to a deep-seated human desire for perseverance and triumph over adversity. Resilient fortitude also means having the courage to stand alone if necessary. The Stoics taught that true strength comes from within, not from the approval or support of others. When we cultivate this kind of strength, we become independent, self-reliant, and unshakable. We are not swayed by the opinions of others or the shifting tides of fortune. This independence is magnetic because it shows that we are secure in ourselves, that we do not need others to validate us or our choices. We are our own fortress, and this self-sufficiency is what draws others to us. They see in us a strength they wish they had, a resilience they aspire to, and a fortitude that commands respect and admiration. Authentic humility. As we continue our journey into the traits that make someone truly magnetic, we arrive at a trait that might seem counterintuitive at first: authentic humility. In a world that often celebrates ego and self-promotion, humility can be a rare and undervalued quality. But true humility, the kind that the Stoics practiced, is not about self-deprecation or false modesty. It's about a deep understanding of our own strengths and weaknesses, a recognition of our place in the grand scheme of things, and a willingness to learn from everyone and everything around us. This kind of humility is not only admirable, it's magnetic. The Stoics believed that humility was essential to living a virtuous life. Seneca wrote, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable, to look down on anything that seems overwhelming, and to be mindful that we are greater than what we suffer." True humility is rooted in this understanding of our inner strength. It is knowing that we are strong enough to face any challenge, yet wise enough to know that we do not have all the answers. This balance of confidence and openness is what makes humility so powerful. It allows us to approach life with curiosity and a willingness to learn, rather than with arrogance or a sense of entitlement. This openness, this willingness to listen and learn, is incredibly attractive because it makes us approachable and relatable. People are drawn to those who are humble because they feel understood and valued in their presence. But humility is not just about how we interact with others, it's also about how we view ourselves. The Stoics taught that we should always strive to improve, to become better versions of ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This humility drives us to constantly seek self-improvement, to recognize our flaws and work to overcome them. This kind of humility is magnetic because it shows that we are not content with mediocrity. We are always striving to be better. This striving for excellence, coupled with the humility to acknowledge our shortcomings, is what makes us truly magnetic. People are drawn to those who are constantly growing and evolving because they inspire others to do the same. Authentic humility also means being comfortable with vulnerability. The Stoics believed that true strength comes from acknowledging our vulnerabilities and using them as a source of growth. Seneca wrote, "It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness." By embracing our imperfections and being open about our struggles, we not only become stronger, but also more relatable. People are drawn to those who are authentic and real, who do not hide behind a facade of perfection, but instead show their true selves. This kind of authenticity is magnetic because it creates a deep connection with others, one that is based on mutual understanding and respect. When we are humble, we do not need to prove ourselves to others. Our strength and confidence come from within. This inner strength, coupled with our willingness to be vulnerable, makes us truly magnetic, drawing others to us like a moth to a flame. Compassionate wisdom. The final trait that makes someone truly magnetic is compassionate wisdom. Wisdom, in the Stoic sense, is not just about knowledge or intelligence. It's about understanding the deeper truths of life and using that understanding to live in harmony with the world around us. It's about knowing when to act and when to be still, when to speak and when to remain silent. But true wisdom is also compassionate. It is not just about understanding, but about caring. It is about using our knowledge and insight to help others, to guide them, and to make the world a better place. The Stoics believed that wisdom was the highest virtue, the one that encompassed all others. Epictetus taught that we should live according to nature, meaning that we should align our actions and thoughts with the natural order of the world. This wisdom allows us to see things as they truly are, without the distortions of our desires or fears. It gives us clarity and perspective, allowing us to make decisions that are in harmony with the world around us. This kind of wisdom is magnetic because it is so rare. In a world where many are lost in the chaos of their own thoughts and emotions, the person who can see clearly and act wisely is someone others naturally turn to for guidance. But wisdom without compassion is cold and distant. The Stoics understood this, and they believed that true wisdom must be coupled with a deep sense of empathy and compassion for others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" This compassionate wisdom allows us to see others with kindness and understanding, to recognize their struggles, and to offer help rather than judgment. This kind of compassion is magnetic because it creates a sense of safety and trust. People are drawn to those who are wise and compassionate because they feel understood and cared for in their presence. Compassionate wisdom also means using our knowledge and insight to serve others. The Stoics believed that we are all part of a greater whole and that our actions should contribute to the well-being of all. Seneca wrote, "No one can live happily who has regard to himself alone and transforms everything into a question of his own utility." This sense of duty, this willingness to use our gifts for the benefit of others, is what makes us truly magnetic. People are drawn to those who are wise and compassionate because they see them as a source of light in a dark world. They are attracted to their strength, their clarity, and their kindness. In conclusion, the traits that make someone truly magnetic are not about superficial charm or physical appearance. They are about cultivating inner virtues that resonate deeply with others. Unwavering self-control, resilient fortitude, authentic humility, and compassionate wisdom. These are the qualities that make us stand out, that draw others to us, and that make us truly magnetic. By cultivating these traits, we not only become better versions of ourselves, but we also create a positive ripple effect in the world around us, inspiring others to do the same. And that, in the end, is the true power of Stoicism. It helps us become the best version of ourselves, not just for our own sake, but for the sake of the world.